Well, let's clear this out and bag him.
Alright, well, I guess my plan here is to just keep shooting these guys. If I take damage, I'm gonna sit behind this bookshelf or whatever it is until I heal. Oh.
Well, let's clear this out and bag him.
Is there somebody up there?
We got him cornered in this room. Follow me.
Okay. See, sit there, play defensively.
Stick a camera in there.
That's the key.
So, get positive ID on the zone. We need those controls.
I'll get them.
I hope that was supposed to happen. Are we gonna do another Call of Duty 4 ending type thing? Bleeding out. We have to... We have to do like a last stand thing.
Go, you got this.
Soap, let's move.
Watcher, Hassan has the missile controls. We're going after him.
Copy. Be advised the missile is headed towards DC. We don't have much time to divert.
We'll get him.
Take point, Sergeant. Hassan's in the last car. Use the lip cast to get down there.
Okay. Oh! Well.
That car won't hold! Jump down!
Well, I fell on top of him. We're gonna fight. Throw the box.
You're dead! Shut. Focus, status.
Sergeant Floor. Control secured. Lost my weapon.
Copy. Stay out of sight. Passing comms to what you want.
So the missile was launched, so you'll have to...
That I haven't done.
I will guide you, but it will take time. Open the controls when you're ready. So get to a secure location and open the controls.
Is this secure?
Shite. The target is DC.
Yeah, we get it.
Coordinates 38, -77.
That's the Pentagon.
He's going for Shepard.
No, Shepard's gone.
Yeah, well, there's 30,000 people who aren't. Finish it.
Sergeant, first you have to enable diagnostic mode. Hit clear and mode at the same time.
I'm in.
Next is the override. You should see 4 columns of data. I need to know what's in row 2, column 3.
Well.
Sergeant, the missile's halfway to target. You need to finish the sequence.
I've been caught. This is stupid. This is stupid because it's one of those stupid stealth things. And... I mean, how am I supposed to...
Get to a secure location and open the controls.
Can I just sit under here?
Okay, I'm ready. Shite.
Maybe this will
Target
work.
is DC. Coordinates 38, -77.
You know, it would be nice if I could just skip over this stuff.
That's the Pentagon.
He's going for Shepard.
No, Shepard's gone.
Yeah, well, there's 30,000 people who aren't. Finish it.
Hold on.
Sergeant, the missile's halfway to target. You need to finish the sequence.
They don't know I'm here. As long as they don't look under the table.
controls. We have to do this now.
Okay, I'm back up.
Sergeant, first you have to enable diagnostic mode. Hit clear and mode at the same time.
I'm in.
Next is the override. You should see 4 columns of data. I need to know what's in row 2, column 3.
Row 2, column 3.
Row 2, column 3.
Percent sign. Echo, Sierra, Papa.
That did it.
Stand by.
Get safe and open the controls. We have to do this now. Almost in range of target.
All right, I'm ready.
Left and clear, Sergeant.
Left and clear.
Override on.
Copy. Get safe. This next part will make some noise.
I need to move.
We are your executioner.
Oh, jeez.
We are in your home. How does it feel? Huh?
Soap, get to a secure location and open the controls.
Okay, what do I do? Let's go.
Last step. Hit link when the green light is in the 4th position.
It's detonated.
Copy that. Air Force will confirm. Thank you, Sergeant.
Yeah. Pleasure doing business with you, Laswell.
Where's Hassan?
Not alone. He's got AQ guards with him. I'm gonna kill every one of them, and then I'm going for him. Out here.
Steaming bloody fucking Jesus.
Nicely done, Johnny. Now for the hard part.
That was the fucking hard part, LT.
Let's find out. You need to stay alive, take out the guards, and kill Hassan.
I just need a weapon.
Make one.
Aye. Like old times, huh, LT?
Seems like yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Fallen from within.
Let's see. These guys would just leave the
For
room.
crafting materials.
The West is soft because your people are weak.
Can't really go anywhere. Alright, what's in
There's a
here?
microwave.
Find some metal. You can spark it and distract one.
Where?
Check the workers' scrap bins. You might find some there.
Could pry open one of these toolboxes.
Careful, Johnny. That'll make noise.
Found tape. Found some scrap metal.
You become the thing you're trying to destroy.
Crafted a glass shiv.
That's the way, Johnny. Stand one and stab him.
Oh, this is not good.
How dare General Shepard point his trigger fingers at my great nation?
Oh, that is not what I wanted to do.
Found some wax.
Used for smoke traps, if you remember.
Sending his missiles to kill my people. Now his missile has come home.
If only.
Grab some metal.
Oh, that's a guy.
I would happily watch as he sliced his throat with his own knife.
لسه لا في شيء. دور بالاتجاه. فهمت.
Well, apparently I can't craft a smoke bomb.
How does it feel to be alone?
Need that glass.
ما في شيء نخبر عنه. كسمك وينك؟
You're all by yourself now.
Found some glass.
Find some tape. You got a shiv. You can break glass for more, but it will compromise you.
Got some tape and glass. Got myself a shiv.
Now, if I can make my way over to one of these enemies, I could try to take one out.
They left you to die.
Of course he's not alone.
شو شفت؟ ولا شيء يا أخي. إيه دور هونيك. طيب.
You guys like separate?
Best loves a hero.
وينه هالخرا؟
Shoot.
إيه يا أخي. إيه شايفه؟
Don't.
أو فرجي حالك وين ما تخبى.
Only got a checkpoint. And a gun. With 3 shots in it.
You can't hide forever. هو هون يا أخي.
Damn it.
هوسته.
Okay.
Grab tape.
You can't hide forever.
I don't know where he went.
فرجي حالك يا عرس.
هو هون
Did not know there was another entrance,
بيته.
which would be right behind me, right?
Grab tape.
Can't hide forever.
Found a mousetrap.
Chemicals and duct tape, you can build a gas trap.
فرجي حالك يا عرس.
Your team abandoned you, huh?
وينك يا ابن الشرموطة؟
Come on.
Aiden.
Really? Like, what possesses him to freaking turn around like that? Like, I'm moving super slow. I shouldn't have any footsteps,
You
right?
can build a gas trap.
But no.
فرجي حالك يا
It's not how it works. Don't look under here.
هو هون يا أخي. ميتوا.
Why didn't we... Don't I have a blade? Didn't I craft this?
Chemicals and duct tape, you can build a gas trap.
Oh, I gotta have it equipped. That's why. Like, what did I do? Why? How? Are you kidding me? Like, I was literally just standing there staring at him. There's nothing that should have triggered his reaction.
Chemicals and duct tape, you can build a gas trap.
Like, holy crap. I really don't understand that one. We'll come over here, right?
عمى شو هاد؟
Like, what? I don't understand it.
ما في شيء هون.
Aiden. هو هون يا أخي.
I am so freaking confused. Because I'm not doing anything. I mean, he's getting suspicious of me.
Tape, and it's a shiv.
Just
If
for
you need
freaking
more
standing
breaks
there.
up, just watch for Hassan's men.
يا ابن الشرموطة.
Now there I can understand because, you know, I'm probably in his field of view.
You are spying.
وينك يا عرس؟ يلا
ما في شي هون.
Down to one man.
Wait, what? Am I dead? Is that supposed to happen? What? No, that's all I had to do. I had to take out 2 guards. Unbelievable. I will never stop complaining about those sections. I can't understand how people like that. I just can't.
You think you can stop me?
Ghost,
Soap.
watch the window.
We're not attacking. We are invading.
Isn't that the same thing? Oh, I get to snipe him. I hope. Waiting for that clear shot. Did I miss? Shoot Hassan before he throw... Didn't I just shoot him? I guess not. There we go. I thought that's what I did the first time, but I guess not. Maybe I missed.
Perfect show, LT. You called it, Sergeant.
All stations. Hassan's down. Enemy KIA.
Alright. That kill was a little bit more satisfying. Also, I don't know. There's music playing in the background. I might have to mute this. Just read the subtitles if you want. But, yeah, that was a little bit more satisfying of a kill just because, you know, I actually got to pull the trigger. I got to see the bullet go through his face. The kill against Graves was kind of disappointing because all we did was blow up a tank. We never actually saw Graves die. So for all we know, he's still alive. He was talking to us over radio. How do we know he was in the tank? I don't know. But anyway, I guess that is it for this game. We'll see what this last cutscene is about. Again, I'm probably going to mute this just because there's some music going on in the background, some guitar music. I feel like it's probably not good. What do we got going on here? Some sort of target? Somebody's not new. Show me the picture. Oh, is it the guy from the first Modern Warfare? Or Modern Warfare 2019? No, what? I don't know.
Who is he?
Makarov.
Nope. Well, first Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4. Or Modern Warfare 2? I don't know. Okay. Well, that is the end of Modern Warfare 2 2022. Before I begin, I am recording this about a week later. I have written down some things so that I could keep my thoughts somewhat organized. And I also wanted to play the multiplayer a little bit. I think I've put about maybe like 6 hours into it so far. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit as well. So anyway, let's get into the campaign. Starting with the ending, it was kind of open-ended. I mean, we got the conclusion for the Hassan part of the story because, well, we actually shot him in the face. So we know he's gone. Like I was saying earlier, we don't know for sure if Graves is dead because all we did was blow up the tank. Do we know he was actually in there? I don't know. I didn't see him get into the tank, and we were only talking to him over radio, but I mean, he's probably dead, but you never know. They could always try to bring him back. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. And Shepard, I don't know what happened to Shepard. He turned into a bad guy at the end, but we really didn't get a conclusion there as far as I know. Maybe they explained it in the cutscene, but wasn't really paying attention. And I'm also recording this like a week later, so I don't know for sure. But anyway, ending kind of open-ended. So they're probably going to continue this in the Spec Ops. So that's kind of like extra missions, I guess. Also, we have a little cutscene here. You can listen to that if you want. Read the subtitles. This reminds me of like the VIP thing from Call of Duty 4. You know, that post-credits mission, I guess. I remember there was an achievement that everybody wanted where you had to finish the VIP mission on Veteran. And it was probably one of the most difficult achievements to get in that game. So I don't know if I did. I probably didn't because I really don't care about that kind of stuff. Or at least I didn't care about it back in the day. But this does look like it could be a reference to the VIP mission from COD 4. So anyway, I know I just talked over that. And then you get a message here that says, wait for it, no Russian. Alright, that's also a reference to Modern Warfare 2. One of the most messed up missions they've had in Modern Warfare history, Call of Duty history, I guess. Surprisingly, we didn't get a lot of that in this campaign. There was like one mission that was messed up, and that was kind of like the one where we crossed the border into that Texas town. That one was starting to push a little bit too far because of, you know, the immigration stuff and crossing the border and the police thing. So, but compared to old Modern Warfare games, this game wasn't really like too controversial. At least for me it wasn't. But anyway, let's get back to what I was talking about. So, Spec Ops. That's another thing they have for this game. It's I don't know what it's going to be like. It's probably going to be extra missions. I don't know for sure. I'd have to look into it. But there's going to be Spec Ops. It's probably going to continue the story from what I've heard. And I don't know. It would be cool if they released some like seasonal DLC for the campaign. Like, you know, put in extra missions for the campaign that kind of expand on the ending a little bit. Like, I want to see what happened to Shepard, but doubt they're going to do that. They're probably just going to have that in like Spec Ops or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it for the ending. It was just open-ended. Like I said, they're probably going to continue it with Spec Ops. I doubt they're going to have seasonal DLC for the campaign, but it would be kind of cool if they did. It would give people a reason to come back to this game, but oh well. Anyway, overall, this campaign was interesting, I would say. I did like the characters in this game, even though most of them were from the old Modern Warfare games, like Soap and Ghost and Captain Price, who's been in everything. But then you had new characters like Alejandro and Rodolfo and Valeria and, you know, all those people. It was cool. I did like the formation of the Ghost team. That was kind of interesting. I mean, you have them working together. You think they're working with like the US government or Shepherd, I guess. I don't know if how involved the US government is, but you know, you have everybody working together against a terrorist threat. And then there's the plot twist, and then, you know, both Task Force 141 and oh, I forgot the name. It starts with a V. I can't remember. But Alejandro's team, you have those two teams get betrayed, and then they team up and get revenge, I guess. I don't know. But you have that formation of the Ghost team, and then you have this brand new team that's kind of like the symbol for good? I don't know. Whatever. But the formation of the Ghost team was pretty cool. What else do we have here? I'm reading my notes because I tried to write everything down. Yeah. So, other things about the campaign, there were a lot of missions that were kind of like references to old missions. They were kind of almost like remakes of old missions. I mean, the one with the ghillie suits was kind of similar to the one from COD 4, but a lot more stealth oriented, I feel like. Maybe not so much stealth oriented, but the player had a lot more control over the mission, it feels like, because in COD 4, you were just following orders, basically. In this game, you're still following orders, but you have, like, choices to make, I guess. But, you know, that mission was alright. I feel like they added a lot of things just to make the mission longer. You know, like, enemies would move super slow when they checked out the area. You know, it took them, like, 2 minutes to get back to their truck. And then, like, 2 minutes of searching, it felt like. I mean, it felt like I had to lay in the grass for a long time, and they just did that to make the mission longer. That's what it felt like to me. But then you had... What else do we have? We had the one mission that kind of reminded me of Favela. We had a mission where we were on a ship that kind of reminded me of first mission in COD 4. We had the building rappelling. You know, that last mission we just did. That kind of reminded me of COD Ghosts. We had the AC-130, and there was like a reference to Shock and Awe where we were flying in on a helicopter and stuff. Those remind me of COD 4. We had the thing where we were telling Ghosts where to go. That was kind of like a mission they did in Modern Warfare 2019. And then El Sin Nombre was kind of like a modern Call of Duty mission that's been done a lot in recent years, where, you know, you kind of have to go undercover and then you have to sneak around and not get caught and that type of stuff. So a lot of the missions felt like there were references to old Infinity Ward games, which it's okay, but I don't know. I feel like it was too much of the same thing. I feel like we've seen it all before. However, they did add some new things. So, you know, they had the dialogue options. They tried to do that, but I don't think it really matters, because even if I chose one of the dialogue options that was incorrect, I would just die and have to start over from the checkpoint. And then I'd have to choose again and hope I get the right one. So it's kind of like the illusion of choice, but there's only one correct answer. So those dialogue option things, very weird. I don't know why they were in the game, because you really don't have a choice. You just have to pick the right one. So again, I don't know why it's in the game. It seems kind of pointless to me. And then the other new thing they did was the new survival stealth type missions, where you have to, you know, move around stealthily, you have to avoid enemies, you have to pick up materials so that you can craft stuff. And it's like, that ruined the game for me, it feels like. I think that's definitely how I feel. I mean, it's new for Call of Duty, and I think they just did that so that they could say that there was something new. Maybe it's so that they can make the campaign feel more like Warzone or Battle Royale type thing. I don't like that type of gameplay, so I really despise those missions. And even though it's new to Call of Duty, it's not really new to video games because, I mean, The Last of Us, it's basically like The Last of Us. That's what it feels like. You know, you're trying to just keep a low profile, and then you're trying to find materials so that you can craft things to deal with enemies, and it's just, I didn't like it. It slowed the game down way too much for me. I mean, I like Call of Duty campaigns because there's usually a lot of action, a lot of run and gun type stuff. Sometimes there's some stealthy gameplay, but usually it's not too bad. But this one, I think they just went too far with the stealth. I did not like that stuff. And then the stealth in that last mission, the stealth part, I was getting spotted without doing anything. You know, I was just sitting in a corner watching the guy walk past me, and then all of a sudden he would just turn around for no reason. Didn't make sense. I don't know why that happened, but oh well. But those missions ruined the game for me. I mean, I was willing to say this campaign was like a 7 out of 10 maybe, but after playing those stealth missions, I have to drop that score down to like a 4 or 5 because they were just that annoying to deal with. What else? And it's kind of sad because the campaign started off pretty good. It felt like an old school Call of Duty campaign where it seemed like there was going to be a lot of action, and I was liking it. And then we got into the ghillie suit mission where we were kind of having to lay in the grass for minutes at a time so that people would walk over us and then wait for them to walk to the car and all that. That slowed the game down so much, and it's just like, oh no, we're getting into that part of the game. And then we had El Sin Nombre where we had to go undercover, and then I'm like, damn it, this is feeling like a modern Call of Duty campaign where you have more stealth. And the game kind of went downhill from there. But the missions that did have action were actually pretty cool. Oh, also that driving mission one, that mission was annoying. They should have shortened that convoy a lot because we were driving so much it felt like we were just driving in a big circle. Either that or they were just reusing assets because the convoy was just that big. Did not like that driving mission too much. It should have been cut in half, I feel like. But anyway, so the missions with action in the campaign were good, but the stealthy missions they just ruined the game for me. And that's how I feel about the campaign overall. Gameplay-wise, gameplay felt great. Well, the gunplay, I should say. Infinity Ward has always had pretty good gunplay, you know, the way the guns feel and everything, so that was fine. Like I said, the missions that feel like original Call of Duty, you know, lots of action, those are fun. But the undercover stuff, or, you know, the stealth missions, the ones where you have to go undercover, where you have to, the survival missions, those were just annoying. And then graphics wise, the game looks great. Like, this is probably the best looking Call of Duty game I've played. I mean, I don't know how good Modern Warfare 2019 looked because I played on PC. I had to mess with settings on PC, so the game didn't look like it should probably. Whereas on PS5, you know, the game probably designed for PS5 and it looked good. I'm imagining it looked better than 2019, but I'm not sure. But to me, this game looks great. So anyway, overall, campaign was decent. The only thing I didn't really like was the survival missions. Also, the campaign was only 6 hours, so pretty short. I feel like there was maybe an hour or two added just by the stealth stuff. And, you know, it's kind of like the artificial time being added, you know, where you have to wait for enemies to walk by because they walk so slowly. I don't feel like I was having fun for the entire 6 hours. I maybe had fun for like half of that. So, yeah, it's pretty short. Spec Ops probably adds more, but I'm assuming there's going to be even more stealth missions in Spec Ops, and I'm just not interested in doing that. So, if you're interested in the campaign, I mean, there's really no point in buying the game just for the campaign because of how short it is. I don't think this game is worth buying in general, but if you are the type of person that likes to play Call of Duty multiplayer, if you like modern Call of Duty multiplayer, you know, like Modern Warfare 2019 or Vanguard, if you like that type of multiplayer, then you might like this. But as of right now, I don't think it's worth buying this game. I would say wait until Season 1 because that's when they're probably going to start making changes and updating things and putting out patches, but right now there's not a lot happening. So I would say wait until at least Season 1 or maybe even Christmas. But I would just wait and see because people who are praising this game are probably in that honeymoon stage where, you know, they just like having a new Call of Duty, but after a few weeks, that's probably going to wear off. But anyway, if you're just interested in the campaign, I wouldn't say it's worth buying. So now let's go ahead and talk about the multiplayer because that's really the only reason why you would buy a Call of Duty game. At least for me, that's why. So I wrote down some stuff for multiplayer as well. And there's a lot to talk about, but I'm going to try not to talk too much about this stuff because, like I said, there's a lot. Also, I might put some gameplay here. Like I said, I've been playing the multiplayer a little bit. I've had some decent matches, but yeah. There'll be some gameplay maybe. Not the best, but, you know, at least it'll be there. So overall, I have some mixed feelings about the multiplayer. I mean, there's some good things they've done, but there's a lot of bad things that they've done as well. So starting with the good things, ammo challenges are a lot less tedious. So instead of getting, you know, like 100 mounted kills, the challenges are like, get 50 kills with this weapon, get, you know, this number of 3 kill streaks with the gun. They're a lot less tedious, that's the best way I can describe it. So I like that. The way the weapon unlock system works is a lot more complicated than it used to be, but it does encourage weapon variety, so I do like that, because I am the type of player who likes to use a bunch of different weapons. So I don't know exactly how to describe this, but the guns are kind of organized into families, it feels like. Like, for example, M4 and M16, they're in the same weapon family, I guess. So in order to unlock the M16, you have to level up the M4 a little bit. You'll unlock some sort of marksman rifle I can't remember the name of, or battle rifle, I don't know. And then you level that up, and then you can unlock the M16. So that's kind of how it works. Not the best explanation, but again, I don't really know how to explain it. And then same thing for attachments. If you want to unlock a certain attachment, you have to level up a certain weapon a certain amount. So I think there's like a red dot sight that you can unlock, but you have to level up one of the shotguns to like level 11 or something. I don't know. But that's how the unlock system works. You just have to use a bunch of different weapons, and you'll unlock new weapons and new attachments. And it encourages weapon variety, which I like. However, that can have some problems, especially once everybody starts unlocking everything, and then there's like, you know, the best weapons in the game, best attachments in the game. You might be at a disadvantage if you don't have everything unlocked. So, I don't know, that's one of the downsides, but I do like the weapon variety. And there is a pretty good variety of weapons to use because everything feels powerful. It's kind of like the old school Modern Warfare 2. You know, the one from 2009. Every gun in that game kind of felt overpowered, so really nothing felt overpowered. And this game kind of feels the same. A lot of the guns are usable. They're very strong, so it doesn't feel like you're at that much of a disadvantage because of what gun you're using. And now that I think about it, even if you don't have everything unlocked, you might not be at that much of a disadvantage because a lot of the attachments in this game have more cons than pros. Like, you know, in Modern Warfare 2019 they started, you know, having trade-offs with attachments. So if you put on a certain attachment that gives you more speed, like better sprint out times or something, you might have more recoil. Or, you know, that type of thing. So in this game they kind of went overboard with the cons. So you might put on like something that controls your recoil more, but you will lose so much speed that it's kind of not worth putting the attachment on. It's better just to learn how to control the recoil yourself. So it feels like a lot of the attachments are just not worth using. Sometimes it's better just to have a gun with no attachments. So again, maybe the disadvantage of not having all the attachments unlocked is not that bad because of how poorly the attachment system is designed. So I don't know. But I'm supposed to be focusing on the good things here. Anyway, some of the maps seem better than Modern Warfare 2019. Some of them seem, you know, smaller. I don't know about less cluttered, but it seems like you're getting into gunfights more often in this game, which is good. Because in 2019, it was like you would run around the map for a minute and you'd never see a person. So this game maps are definitely better, but still not that great. And unfortunately there are still some 2019 style maps where they're just really big open areas, lots of buildings to hide in, lots of long lines of sight. So not all the maps are good. There's probably a couple maps that are actually good, or decent I should say. But at least the game feels like it plays faster than Modern Warfare 2019. And the gunplay and the graphics I was talking about with the campaign, those are still good in this game. Like, it feels good to use the weapons. The game looks good. So that's always been something that Infinity Ward has been good at. But anyway, that doesn't matter if you don't design the game well. And now we're gonna go into the bad parts of this. So one of the worst things is the game is crashing a lot for people, especially on PC. I think on PS4 as well. I play on PS5. I haven't run into any tech issues really. So, but the game was probably designed for it. I don't know about Xbox, but I think PS4, probably the old Xbox One, those are probably struggling to run the game. PC players are having lots of crashes. And unfortunately there are some people getting banned because their game crashes. So there's this thing where the anti-cheat system they use, I think it's called Ricochet or Ricochet or something. It detects certain software on your computer as like you're using hacks in the game and they ban you for it. So I don't know for sure, but I think the anti-cheat system is detecting software that people use to change the DPI on their mouse, you know, like the Logitech software if they have a Logitech mouse, the Razer software if you have a Razer mouse. You know, you go into that software and you can change your DPI so that it's lower, so that you're more accurate with your mouse. And I think the anti-cheat system is detecting that as unauthorized software, so they ban those accounts. And that's a really big deal because, you know, people are spending 70 or $100 on this game. They play for, you know, an hour maybe. The game crashes. They go to try to get back in, and they're banned forever. So Activision basically just stole their money. And I don't know, apparently if you buy it through Steam, you can refund the game if you played like less than 2 hours. So at least that's something you can do, but I don't know, the fact that you can get banned just for having your game crash is really messed up. Now luckily, people are starting to get unbanned, but they still can't access Modern Warfare 2. So I don't know what's going on there. They'll probably fix it at some point, but still, if that were to happen to me, I'm gonna knock on wood right now and hope it doesn't. If that were to happen to me, I just would give up on this game. Like, it's just not worth all that. I don't know. And hopefully they get compensated for it, like, give them their money back that they spent on the game, and give them some COD points in game as well. Like, they should... Activision should pay for, you know, having a very bad anti-cheat system and stealing people's money. But that's just what I think. Anyway, yeah, there's been some tech issues for people. But design-wise, one of the worst things they did with this game was the perk system. So instead of having, you know, 3 perks or whatever, now you choose 2 perks to start off with, and then throughout the match, you will charge up a 3rd and a 4th perk. So at the end of the match, you'll have 4 perks, but you really only have that for like 3 minutes of the match. And in those last perks that you unlock, that includes Ghost, which is really making UAVs feel overpowered, because, you know, whenever somebody calls an UAV, nobody has Ghost for like 3/4 of the match because it takes that long to charge up the last perk. So, you know, UAVs are just really good, and now it feels like people are relying on the minimap more than ever before because, well, the dots just appear. And it's funny because one of the things they did in this game, or in Modern Warfare 2019 too, they stopped showing red dots on the minimap, basically. So people who shoot their gun, they don't really appear on the minimap anymore because that's the way they wanted to design it. They wanted people to stop focusing on the minimap so much and focus more on immersing themselves in the game. But now with the way this perk system works, everybody does not have Ghost, and UAVs just show everybody on the minimap, so now we're just using the minimap all the time. It kind of contradicts what they were trying to do. So, I don't know. But I don't like this perk system at all. I would rather just have the 3 perks. But if they really have to have a charging system, I like Exclusive Vases' idea, where, you know, instead of charging up different perks, you have your base perks that you start off with, and then throughout the match you charge those into pro versions of perks. So, for example, in Modern Warfare 2, Sleight of Hand would give you faster reload speed, and then the pro version would give you faster ADS speed. Why can't we have that in this game? Do something like that. And also make Dead Silence a perk. That would help as well, because right now, anytime you move, you're giving away your position because footsteps are so loud. I mean, they're not as loud as they were in the beta, but they're still pretty loud. And there's really no way to, you know, sneak up on people or flank them. I mean, it just feels like you get punished if you move around a lot, and there's nothing to really combat that. You know, they say they want a variety of playstyles, but they don't give you the tools to have that variety of playstyles. Everything is catered towards people who like to camp, people who are new to the game, people who don't have the skills to run and gun. So, anyway, the perk system sucks. I don't know why they had to change that. Probably just because, hey look, we did something new. I just don't agree with that. UAVs are more powerful because of that. Because nobody can use ghosts until the end of the match. And at that point it's basically useless. So, yeah. Anyway, the UI for this game is also kind of bad. Like, it was really bad on the beta. It got better with the full release, but it's still kind of complicated and hard to navigate. I mean, it can be kind of glitchy too because, you know, you'll unlock an attachment and then it won't show up on the weapon. And it's like, it'll show that it's still locked and it's like, why? So, yeah, the UI really does suck. It was designed by people that work at Hulu, I think, or that used to work at Hulu. So, if you go through the menus and stuff, it does feel like you're navigating a streaming service. So, I don't know. They really need to rework that and clean it up, make it more simple. I don't know. And then matchmaking. I'm not really going to go too much into this, but there is some sort of skill-based matchmaking, engagement-oriented matchmaking, whatever you want to call it. I mean, at this point, I don't really care anymore because, you know, keep hearing, oh, well, it's improving the player retention. I find that hard to believe because it doesn't seem like that many people are playing Call of Duty 6v6 multiplayer anymore. It's just kind of whatever for me at this point. I mean, the way it's designed is, I'm trying to think. It's kind of designed to keep everybody at the same level. So everybody has a one win-loss ratio, everybody has a 1 KD, that type of thing. So basically, if you've been doing well in a lot of matches, then they'll start putting you into unwinnable matches. If you've been struggling, then they'll start putting you into matches that are a lot easier to win, a lot easier to do well. I think that's how it works, and that's kind of what I experienced so far. I mean, there was like 3 matches I had in a row where it was pretty easy, and then after that I started running into what felt like full parties, but I don't even know if that works because the party system doesn't really work that well. But, yeah, the competition got a lot harder after I had those few good matches. And so, it's somewhat noticeable. I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. It might be a little bit toned down, but I don't know. At this point, I really don't care. I mean, I like the old school Call of Duty matchmaking where you would just get into a match immediately. You'd play with a variety of players, you know, you have good players, bad players, some average players. Then the teams would be somewhat balanced out, and then, you know, depending on how that went, you know, some matches were super easy pub stomping lobbies. Some matches were extremely competitive, like very close, you know, like the 74 to 75 TDMs that you get most of the time nowadays. And then there were some matches where you would just get destroyed. So, but back then there was just a variety of matches. You never knew what you were going to get. And that's kind of what kept me coming back, is because, you know, I would struggle through those competitive matches, those close matches, but I would also learn from those. And then when I get into an easier lobby, I would destroy. And then it's like, huh, I am getting better at this game. And I'd see that reflected in my stats as well. You know, I see my KD going up, I see my win-loss going up. But now, all that's gone. Like, every match feels the same, really. I mean, with this game, there might be a little bit more variety of matches, but still, you can feel the game trying to get you to a certain win-loss KD ratio. And, you know, none of that really matters though, because they got rid of stats as well, so you can't really see if you're actually improving. So anyway, the way this matchmaking system works now is it feels like if you get better, you're just going to get punished. Because the only reward you get is tougher competition. You don't get anything for winning, you don't get anything for doing well in a match, your score doesn't matter. I mean, the other thing they got rid of was prestige mode. There is no prestige mode, there's that seasonal thing, but that doesn't really matter. And right now there is nothing to work towards after you go to level 55. And they have daily challenges, those are going to be irrelevant once you reach the max level. I mean, actual levels don't really matter at all, except for unlocking stuff, but like I said, once you get to 55, there's nothing to unlock. The only thing you can do is go for camo challenges, so there's not that much progression in this game. There's nothing to work towards other than camos. Yeah, it's just... It feels like there's no point to playing this. Like I said, if you want to get better and you do end up getting better, you're just going to get more frustrated because then you're just going to have a lot of really sweaty matches, and that's going to be like the majority of your matches. And that's the problem. I don't mind playing in a sweaty match, it's just I hate it when it's every single match is like that. It's not fun to me. So anyway, and then like I said, you get punished by having tougher competition a lot more, and you have longer matchmaking times when you get better, because then it's looking for better players, which are, you know, there's not as many good players as there are bad players. So anyway, I'm not a big fan of the matchmaking system. It seems like things are a little bit better in this game, like it's a little bit more toned down, the skill-based matchmaking, or whatever you want to call it. But still, I don't know, eventually it's going to get to the point where it's just frustrating to play, and it's like, why am I doing this? And, you know, the one thing I've found is that I have to go into this game with the mindset of just don't care about anything. Don't care about winning, don't care about doing well. The only thing I should worry about is just trying to get kills with my weapons so I can level them up and unlock camos. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, there's really nothing else to work towards. There's no point in getting better because there's no stats and challenges and stuff. No prestige mode. I mean, it all just feels pointless. I mean, if I wasn't making content, if I wasn't making videos, if I wasn't streaming, I probably wouldn't play this game because it's just not worth playing. There's nothing to do. It's just a way to waste time, it feels like. So, yeah. Anyway, that is pretty much it for Modern Warfare 2. I probably rambled a lot more than I wanted to, but I wanted to get as many of my thoughts out there as I could. And I'm also going to try to include some gameplay. Like I said, it's not going to be the best, but it'll be there. So overall, I don't think Modern Warfare 2 is worth buying, at least not right now. The campaign was okay, but not great. The stealth missions really ruined it for me. Multiplayer is kind of pointless, it feels like. The only thing to work towards is camo challenges. You have to go into this game with the mindset of just don't care about anything, just try to get kills and level up your weapons, and that's it. So yeah, I'd say wait on buying this until at least Season 1, see what they add. Maybe wait until Christmas, or heck, even wait until next year, because we have this game for 2 years pretty much, because Treyarch's game doesn't come out until 2024. I'm pretty sure. So we have to wait 2 years for the next Call of Duty. Who knows what they're gonna do for like the year 2 update, I guess? Like around this time next year, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna add things? We'll have to wait and see. But right now there's not a whole lot to do, and I don't think it's really worth buying. I mean, it feels like it's just a way to waste time. But, you know, if you do like Modern Warfare 2019, if you do like Vanguard, those types of games, you might enjoy this, but like I said, I would just wait on buying this. Maybe just don't buy it at all. I don't know. But anyway, that is going to be it for this playthrough. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like. and let me know what you thought about this playthrough, what you think about Modern Warfare 2, the campaign, the multiplayer, whatever. If you want to let me know what you think about all this, just leave a comment down below. And if you want to see more playthroughs and stuff, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And there is a link to my Twitch stream in the description below as well. So if you want to see me play Modern Warfare 2 live, or maybe other games, you can go ahead and check out my stream. So anyway, that is going to be it for this playthrough. Again, I would say just wait on buying it. Don't buy it right now. We'll see what happens in the future. But yeah, right now there's not a whole lot to this game. So that is going to be it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And I will talk to you all later.